The Department of Correctional Services has confirmed that one inmate died during the fire incident yesterday at the Kutama-Sinthumule Correctional Centre in Trichardt, that's in Limpopo. Spokesperson Singabakho Nxumalo says details regarding the death will be revealed later. He says about 18 inmates were injured. They're receiving medical attention now. The kitchen, maintenance section and 2 blocks that house nearly 2,000 inmates were gutted by that fire. All right, for the latest on this particular incident, and our reporter who is at the prison in Trichardt, Mahlako Komane, let's cross over to her now and find out exactly what it is that has happened. And we know that we got a confirmation that there has been one fatality now. One of the inmates has passed away. There is a lot of activity behind you. Perhaps, Mahlako, talk to us about what you're seeing on the scene since early this morning.
Yes, good morning indeed, Lee. And I think also just for the benefit of the viewer, let me just step out of this shot so everybody can see what I'm seeing. And you would see heavy police presence. I mean, Lee, and there were cars moving in and out of here yesterday, but from this morning, in fact, we'd gotten word from about 5 o'clock in the morning already that there was, the decision was made that they were going to evacuate this prison. Leanne, we also, what we'd also gotten was the fact that there was complaints by prisoners leading up to what had happened here. But for now, this is, I'm assuming, part of what is needed in terms of that evacuation of about 3,000 or so prisoners that I'm not sure where they're going to move them to, but I do know that there's a correctional services facility in Polokwane. There's one as you move into Venda in I think it's Madash, if I'm not mistaken. There's a facility there, but quite a number of facilities around the province, and also so I think that decision would be made, and hopefully would get an idea of where everybody is going to go. We also understand that there was an injured, one of the guards here was also injured yesterday when that scuffle broke out. I mean, a resident here taking a video where you can see prison authorities or prison guards running away. You could see prisoners behind them and they were running. We heard shooting as well in that particular video that was taken by someone from, you can see they're actually outside of the gate, and that was what happened just before we had arrived here. So it seems like the situation was already tensely, and from the time that we came here, but for now, police gathering up there. You can see they've got their rifles. It would seem that operation of moving these prisoners will get underway. I haven't seen a lot of the cars as to how they're going to transport them, but on my left-hand side, I do see some vehicles. As to whether they'll be using those or not, I'm not 100% sure, but we obviously going to be here and seeing that they're going to pause not so far from here, because this is, you would remember, where the flames that we saw yesterday in the late afternoon. I'm assuming this is where the kitchen section is, but where you saw the cars, where Renelo was panning to with the cars earlier on, that's where the first set of smoke went up. So it would seem then there was an attempt of us on that side. This was more successful here in this kitchen maintenance block. Later on in the evening, Leanne, when we were here, further towards my left, as I'm standing here behind Renelo, we also started seeing smoke going up there. That wasn't there when we arrived, so it seems like there was also another attempt there of setting that block there, Renelo's on that block, or that part of the prison on fire as well. I also understand, or I'm made to believe that inmates had spent the evening on a I don't know if you want to call it a soccer field, but on a field and not necessarily in their cells. So those just some of the things that we're hearing happened here last night before, when during the course of the evening. But right now it seems evacuation is in place. I mean, evacuation plans are being put into place. Evacuation plans are being put into place to ensure that, I suppose, they are able to safely evacuate these prisoners, Leanne.